Hey guys, Buffett Gaming here, bringing you back another video, and today we are covering the SR-25 designated marksman rifle, also known as the Mark 11. So what we're going to be doing is taking the standard M4A1 Assault Rifle in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and we're going to be turning this into the SR-25 designated marksman rifle. So let's go ahead and get right into it, and I'll show you how to do this. Then we're going to go in and we're going to test the fire patterns for the recoil, and then we're going to see how it performs in-game against bots. So here you see our finished design. What I'm going to do is deselect everything. I'm going to strip this and we're going to build it from scratch. So to start off, personal preference, if you wanted a muzzle, you can go ahead and do that, but I'm going to skip that. What we're going to do is go right to the barrel, and we're going to go ahead and select the Corvus Custom Marksman barrel. So with this one, this is a custom 19-inch M16A4 style barrel that increases muzzle velocity and extends range. So the pros here are damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, with your cons being aim down sight speed and movement speed. But this being a DMR, we're not too concerned about those. So this is the one we want. Typically with an SR-25, the barrel length is going to be 24 inches. We don't have that choice currently in game, so we're going to go with the next best thing, which is the 19-inch M16 barrel here. So go ahead and select that one. We're going to skip out on the laser. We don't need that for a DMR. Optic, this is really personal choice. You can go ahead with the 4x flip sight. You can also go ahead with the integral hybrid sight. The sniper scope is also a really good option. But what I'm going to do for this build is go ahead and do the variable zoom scope. So this will give us the 3x zoom as well as the 5.6x zoom. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Stock, we're going to go with the standard M16 stock to fit the SR-25 MK11 design. We're going to go ahead and skip on the perk, as well as the rear grip. And then for ammunition, we're going to go ahead and do the 458 SOCOM 10-round mag. Now, the thing with this is it's saying conversion kit for the high caliber 458 SOCOM ammunition to increase stopping power, slower cycle rate, and helps recoil control. So what this is going to do for pros is more damage and more range as well. So the cons are fire rate, obviously. We only have 10 rounds in the magazine, aiming recoil control, and magazine ammo capacity. So we're going to go ahead and select this one. Now, if anybody's familiar with the SR-25 or the Mark 11, you know that it takes 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO rounds. So we don't have that choice here in game yet. We already have 9mm and 4.58 and then your standard 5.56. So unfortunately, we don't have the 7.62 option, but AR platforms, just by having a different upper receiver on them, can fire the 4.58s, so we're going to go ahead and select that. So a slight modification to this build, but it's actually going to work out pretty well. So under barrel, the thing we want here is a bipod. So that will give us our complete build for the SR-25 Mark 11, and this is the finished design here. So here it is, and the thing with those 4.58 SOCOM rounds is they actually can fit in the standard GI M16 mag, just single stack. So the reason we have 10 here is because a 30-round mag can fit 10, or a 20-round mag of a 5.56 would fit 7 SOCOM rounds. So this will work out pretty well. This is our final design for the SR-25 Mark 11. Let's go ahead and get in game and see how it performs. We're going to check out the recoil patterns, and then we'll see how it performs against bots. Okay, so now that we're in game, let's go ahead and we're going to find a nice wall here and check out the recoil patterns for this rifle. So I'm not going to control the recoil. So you can see there's straight vertical climb, and everything else is pretty tight, so you're going straight up. So if you were to aim at chest or stomach, or even the chest, you're going to get right up to a headshot, so that's pretty good. So now let's control it right next to it here. So you can see I'm a lot tighter there. Right here we got 1, 2, 3, so 5, basically 6, all center mass, and then we got 1 up there. So let's see if we are in prone or crouch now, utilizing this bipod. Hopefully this one's not a glitched out one. Now I'll control it. So you can see they're tight. Now if we go prone, deadly, right? There is zero deviation from the bullet spread there. Everything's very tight. You can see if we go up close. So bottom cluster here, this is my crouch shots, and then we have right here is my prone shots all together. So let's do that one more time in prone. And again, being this semi-auto, it should be much easier to control the recoil. So this time, you know what we'll do is we're going to fire full auto in prone and see what that looks like. I'm going to control this. So we were accurate with about 3, and then we went up to the right slightly. So let's try here. You can see pretty tight, right? It definitely kicks with those 4.58 SOCOMs being a heavier round. And we'll go back to single semi-auto here. So there you go. Very tight, very accurate. Got our variable zoom. This is the SR-25 MK11. Very pretty looking. Let's go ahead and get a game and see how it handles against bots. Okay, so now that we're in game, let's go ahead and see how this handles against bots. What I'm going to do first is put this in our semi-auto select fire mode. And I'm going to be crouched. So hopefully these guys will come running here. And we'll see it's a 3-shot kill and a 2-shot kill to the head. So let's try this out.
We're in the lead.
3 shots. 3 shots. 2 shots to the head, right? Not a good time to reload. There we go. So you can see it is a beast, especially with these 4.58 SOCOM rounds that we have to use on this because we don't have the 7.62 rounds, unfortunately, yet in the game. But you can fire this thing. You can semi-auto tap fire this thing pretty fast, especially if I were mounted. See how bad this hits, right?
Gunner on station.
So you can see I can pop off 3 shots really quick. 4 shots right there, quick. Darn. So yeah, with it being semi-auto, you can fire that thing really fast if you need to. Obviously, 2 shots to the head is going to put down your opponent, and then 3 shots to the body. It looks like at a decent range. So the SR-25, the SR stands for Stoner Rifle. So developed by Eugene Stoner. And this was out back in 1990. Yeah, this thing's really nice. So it was developed back in 1990, and it's been in service since it was developed before the 90s, but it's in service from 1990 through present. And again, this in real life takes a 7.62, but we don't have that option. Also, the barrel length is typically 24-inch, so for this one we have to go with the 19 because that's the best option we have to fit the design of the weapon. There we go. So the feed system for the SR-25 or the Mark 11 is 10 to 20 rounds, detachable box mag, which we have with these 4.58 SOCOMs. The one thing being that since we don't have that choice for the 7.62 rounds, and we have to go with the 4.58 SOCOM. So if you're accurate with these things, I mean, you're done. Obviously, you don't want to be going full auto on a build like this typically, but if you were to put this on your M4 build for close quarters, you can see it just drops people at close quarters like that really quick with about a 2-shot kill. So if you're good and conserve your ammo, it can definitely work out for you.
Enemy at the buses.
There we go.
Cluster strike ready. Enemies here.
Got him. So yeah, you can tap out 3 very quick. So as I was saying, the 458 SOCOM was initially designed in response to Operation Gothic Spear, which was basically Black Hawk Down, if you've read that book or seen that movie, in Mogadishu. So in Mogadishu, there was this drug that they did called, I believe it's pronounced Khat, K-H-A-T. So Khat is, what it did is curb the appetite, being that it was basically a famine-ridden country, so not a lot of food, being in Mogadishu in Africa. So they took this drug, curbed their appetite, and what it also did was made them not feel pain. So what happened is Task Force Rangers were there using 5.56s in their standard M16s at M4s, and it wasn't putting these guys down because they didn't feel pain because they were on this drug. So they'd take 2-3 shots and just keep coming because they couldn't even feel it. And if you don't feel it, your body isn't going into shock, and you can keep going for a little while, essentially is what was happening. So to counter that, they were looking for a new round that could be fired with the M16 M4 platform, and that ended up being the 458 SOCOM. And the thing with that is that it can be fired. Where is this guy? It can be fired with the standard GI mag for the M4s and M16s. You just need to, instead of the 5.56s are double stack, so the 4.58 SOCOMs would be single stack. So as I said, a 30 round magazine would hold 10, as we see here, and the 20 round M16 M4 mags would hold 7, because they would just single stack because they're larger caliber rounds. There you go. So if you're accurate like that, you can drop people very quickly. Just a three round tap right there. Or you can even control that full auto if you're good at controlling that recoil. So let me know what you guys think of this build. Again, not the SR-25 Mark 11 we would want. Typically we would want the as I said, the 7.62s, but we don't have that option yet. And I know Infinity Ward is going to be adding a lot of attachments, because we did see different attachments in the alpha and the beta. Specifically, I'm thinking of gunfight mode with the Odin. You had, I believe there was one build that you would see in gunfight where the Odin had 100 rounds, or at least 80 rounds in it. And obviously the max ammo capacity we can get in the Odin is 30 right now. So we know that there's more attachments coming, as well as blueprints. So some of these that we're getting close with, like this one, we'll be able to make the full thing when those additional attachments come out. So let me know what you guys think of this one. I know some of you requested this, and I'd like to know if you guys have used this one yet, if you have any interest in using it at all, or you're just sticking with a different weapon. And if so, sound off with that one below. Also, be sure to give me your requests for weapons. So I'm basically, what I'm doing is screen capping those and adding those to my list. So I know this was one I saw, SR-25 MK11 pop up quite a lot, as well as the M110. So this is kind of that video right now. We're also going to do some Mark 20s coming up. We have a couple different builds that I have down the pipeline here. So there's a lot of options, which is the great thing about this game. So another thing, be sure to check out my Twitch page in the comments below. I'll leave that in the description, so you can go ahead and follow me over there as well. So we'll be doing live streams typically on weekends right now. Weekdays are really busy for me right now, but I'll try to get a weekday or two in there. My schedule right now is kind of tentative, but we'll be doing weekends for sure. And I'll also be streaming over here on YouTube. So I know support's been great so far for this series, so I thank you guys a lot. We're going to be doing we're approaching 2,000 subscribers, so we'll be doing some sort of sub special for that. And I'll also, this weekend is my birthday, so probably do a birthday stream there as well. And maybe we'll do some live builds and test some things out in game, live in stream, if you guys are interested in that. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're liking the content, please be sure to subscribe and also like the video. Definitely helps out smaller channels like me. And as I said, you guys have been great with the support lately. Definitely helped my channel climb quite a lot over the past week. So I thank you guys a lot. Really appreciate the support. I'm glad everyone's liking this series, and I love making this, so this is great. So again, this is the SR-25, also known as the MK11. I am Buff Nerd Gaming, and until next time, Buff Nerd Gaming Out.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Bloody fucking